Welcome back to our channel, a channel that we always talk about our beloved rumba music, profile of our musicians, and the history of rumba in general. Let me introduce myself again. I'm called Simeon Mfumo Kimbangu Almarufu aka Mzairwa. Yes. Yeah, and of course, we do follow your comments, and as I said in previous video that there's some details I might miss, some details or some things that you might know. This one is not important. Like, it is not important to say that somebody had 3 children. That is not music. That is his personal life, unless the personal life is contributing to his musical career. Now, last time we did a story about Deyes and Tessa Zitani. Today I've decided, let me check, have I ever done anything about saxophonists? Yes, that was 2 years ago, and that is the late Varkiz Kiamwangana, the guy who played a very big role in rumba kavasha in the 70s. But we have other saxophonists. People respect Varkiz. I do respect Varkiz, but have you ever heard of a guy known as Gedone Nino Malape? This guy used to play sax with a group known as Les Bantus de la Capitale from Congo Brazza. Have you ever heard of a guy called Zingangoli? A guy known as, there's another guy apart from Zingangoli, there's another guy called Aguer. This guy known as Aguer played a very nice song, nice sax in one of the Nibo Mamwanino's songs known as Andoya. I love that sax in that song. But we have another saxophonist by the name Manu Dibango, a gentleman from Cameroon. Did you know that Manu Dibango also played for African jazz? Did you know that? Now you know. There's another saxophonist called a guy from Zimbabwe who found himself in Zaire at that time. His name was Isaac Musekiwa. They used to call him Jazzman in OK Jazz. And we have also another saxophonist known as Deyes Empopo Loway. Loway, if you follow 1986 albums, Zafranco, that had songs like La Vie des Hommes, Ida, Celio, you'll hear them Luambo mentioning Loway. That is Empopo Loway. Yes, Empopo Loway played sax. He was a good songwriter, good song composer. He did so many songs, popular songs, but he was not a vocalist. He was just a saxophonist, songwriter, and composer. Empopo Loway Deyes, a guy who came into this world in 1947 while a young boy in an estate back in Kinshasa, estate known as Bandalungwa. Most of them, they call it Bandal. He had his childhood friends. I'm talking about Amba Zozo. I'm talking about Bavo Marie, their childhood friends. They formed a group known as Cubana Jazz. And this Cubana Jazz, the 3 gentlemen, later on, they joined Orchestra Negro Success that was led by a gentleman known as known as Leon Bombolo, aka Bolen. So in Negro, they joined wakiwa na Bavo Marie, Amba Zozo, and saxophonist by the name Moro Maurice. And there in Negro Success, he wrote a song titled Cafe Moko in 1969. As I told you, he was a good songwriter, song composer, but not a vocalist. People don't know the difference between songwriter and song composer. Songwriting is a different thing, and composing is a different thing. In 1969, he joined African Fiesta Nacional that was led by Tabule, just in time for the famous Olympia trip in 1970. him together with the whole group of African Fiesta National, they went in Olympia and performed. Their performance started on 12th September 1970. And in that trip of Olympia, Tabule Rochero was among them, Ndombo Petum, Kassanda Kare, Atel Bumba, another saxophonist, another guitarist, Atel Bumba. Do you know the story of Atel Bumba? Wow. Atel Bumba tried committing suicide because he was dumped by a lady. Can you imagine things men do for love? A lady dumped him. The guy tried committing suicide, but it failed. It brought problems to him, Atel Bumba. But later on, he died anyway. But not from the suicide attempt. He died. It reminds me of a song by Model System. He said that so many people kill themselves because of love, but very few people commit suicide because of Jesus Christ. Maybe. In the same trip of Olympia, guitarist Mavatiku Michelino, Kola Philo, among others. In 1971, the group changed its name from African Fiesta National to Afriza International. This came with a new style of music. This came with a new beat. And this beat, Tabule called it Sumjun. And this Sumjun beat can be heard in the following songs: Mundi, Selija, Silikani. These are compositions of Tabule. To add on that, there's a song known as Sheri Samba by Ndombe Opetum. In 1972, he composed songs like Nakwea Karo, still with that group. In 1972, again, him, Atel Bumba, Mavatiku Michelino, Ndombe Opetum created a group known as Afrizam. Of course, they moved away from Afrizam and formed a group known as Afrizam. Here, he composed songs like Lokole, Nakwea Karo, among other songs. That was in Afrizam. Later on, after Afrizam, he went back to Afriza International. He went back to Tabule's group Afriza International, and he found a new style of music known as Move Kiwelewele. Now, Tabule is known of being experimental. I mentioned earlier the style known as Sumjun. I mentioned the earlier style known as Sumjun. Now, Tabule has introduced a new style known as Move Kiwelewele. And of course, he composed in that group Afriza International a song known as Celia. In 1974, he participated in songs like Omanga, Nzale, Sala, Mayeya, among others. In 1975, Empopo joined OK Jazz. Everybody ends up in all-powerful OK Jazz. When he joined OK Jazz, he found his friends who are with him in Afrizam, like Ndombe Opetum, Mavatiku Michelino, among others. Empopo Loway in 1976, while in OK Jazz, he thought of buying a car. He went to shop for a car. He went to an agency that sells car. And while there, being shown in the yard, you can buy this, you can buy this, there was this secretary singing very nice songs, singing very nice voice. He went back to the secretary and told her, you know what? You have a very nice voice. I think we can work together. I can make you a musician. That young girl ended up being Mpongo Love, and we'll talk about Mpongo Love later. Him together with Ndombe, Diatho, Jompoi, Samangwana, they formed a group known as Orchestra Tiers Monde. Tiers Monde is French for Third World, and they gave us songs like Bowayo, Zunguluke, among others. In 1986, he created Tiers Monde Corporation. In 1986, he created another group known as Tiers Monde Revolution. The other one was Tiers Monde Corporation. And this Tiers Monde Revolution is a group that he created himself in 1986. In 1987, he went back in OK Jazz, where he composed songs like Buanwa, yes, the song that was sung by Madilu System. And let me tell you, in 1987, those of you who follow OK Jazz, you'll notice that this is the period that the famous names in OK Jazz are starting to fade away. We have always known names like Nombe, names like Joski, names like Madilu System, names, but these names are disappearing from the repertoire of songs that came out between 87 and 89. Instead, we start to hear new names like Ikese Diambo, new names like Denis Bonyeme, new names like this guy Anitorani, Jojo Ikomo. Where were Joskis? Where were Nombes? That's another topic. Yes. And in 1989, he died in 1990. He died in 1990. He died in 1990, 21st January of 1990. Something surprising. I told you that in 1976, this guy, while he was going to shop for a car, he found this young lady singing. You know, just passing time, he approached her and told her that, you know what, me and you, I can make you a great musician and we can work together. This lady came out being Mpongo Love. Those of you who know the song Ndaya, it was by Mpongo Love. Now, surprising that this guy died on 21st January 1990. And he is a student. That lady Mpongo Love died 7 days earlier on 15th of January 1990. May his soul rest in peace, Empopo Loway. I don't see new saxophonists in the current generation of rumba musician, because saxophone somehow was replaced by the keyboard. Something to me makes a lot of noise in rumba music. Thank you, and remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Find me on my Facebook page, that is Bridge Over DRC. My numbers are there, we can communicate. There's one or two things I might have forgotten. We are all human beings. You might add on your comments there and make the comments respectful. Thank you very much.